Iraq and South Korea in the Asian Cup semi-final.
Korea Republic to take the first penalty. Who'll be the hero?
I don't think there is a greater underdog story in the history, not just of football, but of sport.
Just only 11 players, Sunni, Shia, Kurd, but we show the Iraqi people we are one.
Jorvan Vieira on the Iraqi bench, arm in arm. Noor Sabri has made one save. Can he be the ultimate hero? Kim Jong-woo hits the post! And the team, which many say is succeeding where the politicians are failing by uniting a country, is now just one win away from the ultimate prize. Iraq are off for their first Asian Cup final on Sunday.
It was a beautiful, wonderful moment, which was then, minutes later, completely destroyed. And I don't think any of us could predict what would happen next.
In war and peace, soccer has been an obsession here. Throughout the 1980s, Iraq's national soccer team was a success.
But Saddam Hussein's eldest son, Uday, ensured that the consequences of failure were brutal.
If only a fraction of what is said about Uday is true, he would still be considered at least as brutal as his father, just more deviant.
He ran football like you'd expect a bloodthirsty psychopath to run something.
Whipped with canes, dragged through a gravel pit, pushed into a sewage tank, tortured after losses.
He made them all play with a concrete football. Some of the most appalling stuff you can imagine. But the problem the team faced now was the Americans had come and they'd unleashed this Pandora's box.
American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to defend the world from grave danger.
The people of Iraq deserve a free and democratic society. Good luck to them.
When Americans came, they said Iraq will be like America. They just lied. The war was a joke. In the beginning, they tell us you will meet Bull Bremer. I cannot shake hand someone kill our people. It's too much.
Not everything we did was popular. The question of whether it was worth it for the Iraqis is a no-brainer. Absolutely. What was the alternative? They were going to still be tortured by Uday.
But he was long gone, killed along with his brother Qusay in 2003. Still, on the eve of the Asian Cup 4 years later, the Iraqi team was in disarray. With just weeks to go until the start of the tournament, survival was all that mattered.
Dozens of bodies appear on the capital streets every morning. This is civil war.
Players, coaches and officials have been threatened, kidnapped and killed.
Every single player had a story about somebody that they'd lost. Noor Sabri, the goalkeeper, his brother was shot dead.
Only militia in the street. When you play soccer, they say stop or we kill you. But if we stay at home, they will win.
The Asian Cup, the clash of the titans, who will be good enough to lift the silverware.
When we arrived there, every team feel they are like a national team, except us. We have only one jersey, we don't have money, but sometimes when you have nothing, you will create something from inside you.
They had some of the best players in Asia.
I hope my God, he helped me and he helped my country.
Nashat Akram, he's the maestro. He can score from everywhere.
You had Yunus Mahmoud, he was the captain. He had a natural leadership and charisma. Up front, the tip of his battering ram. Hawa Mullah Mohammed, the most famous Kurd internationally.
Hawa Mullah Mohammed for Iraq, and Australia fall behind again.
This was Iraqis united, whether Shia, Sunni, Kurd.
When we play the team, we are a family.
By the time of the semi-final against South Korea, Iraq were the darlings of the competition.
It was too frightening to have really large numbers of people in any form in Baghdad during that period. But with each victory, it started to go up and up and up. Insurgents were suddenly seeing Iraqi flags back on the streets. People going out and celebrating a multi-religious, multi-ethnic institution. It had to be stopped.
At least 50 people had been killed by suicide bombers.
Innocent civilians, the victims of brutal attacks.
We start crying like we are trying to make them happy, and they just get killed.
The players didn't want to continue. Do 20 people die every time I score a goal? Will 30 people die when I save a penalty? If I lift the trophy up, will 100 people die in a car bombing?
One woman, she lost her son. She said, I won't bury my son till the Iraqi national team bring the trophy here.
She begged on television for the team to continue and to win the Asian Cup in honour of her son. It's one of the most tragic but beautiful stories in football.
We make a meeting, we decide to continue, and we have to win this competition.
I can see that this still affects you emotionally, even now. That must have been an extraordinary moment to live through.
Yes, not easy.
After we win in semi-final, the people go out more than before. They love soccer. If you want to die, die for something you love.
Iraq, led by Yunus Mahmoud. They've never made it this far in the competition before. Perhaps the most romantic fairy tale story ever in football.
I swear in the final, I think all the world pray for us to win. And this time we show them the clear picture of the Iraqi people.
Mullah Mohammed's corner. Oh, the keeper's missed it, and it's a goal for Iraq! Yunus Mahmoud, the captain, the leader of his team, the leader of a nation at this precise moment, brings joy to a lad. The fairy tale is complete.
The Iraqis people, no matter how much they bleed, no matter how much they suffer, they are still a winner. And in Gadwell, this is a new beginning.